Psalm 67. To start out our stories this morning, I have one submitted by Mease. In 2009, I started a full-time position with Community Action Wayne Medina, working in a Head Start classroom in Worcester. It was because of this first blessing that I get to tell you about a very blessed 2-year-old. Maria, whose name has been changed in this story, started in our toddler classroom about 3 months ago. On her first day, we were told that unless she was sleeping, she needed to wear her glasses. You see, this beautiful, sweet 2-year-old is severely cross-eyed. After a few days, we hardly noticed the large glasses on her smiling little face anymore. As you can imagine, keeping glasses on a 2-year-old is pretty difficult. Keeping the glasses from breaking is even more challenging. But she wore her glasses every day, and they were repaired quickly whenever they broke. About a month ago, Maria had surgery on her eyes in the hopes of correcting the problem. Everyone hoped that the surgery would be successful. However, only a few days after the surgery, it was obvious that the correction had failed. Although I'm sure her mom was heartbroken, little Maria came back to school, the same happy, cheerful toddler she was before the surgery. At the beginning of December, she came in without her glasses. Her mom explained that she had fallen and crushed the glasses when she fell. Her mom said her insurance would not pay for a new pair until next year, and the old pair just kept breaking. My coworkers and I were concerned for this girl who needs her glasses so badly. We discussed it among ourselves and considered buying the glasses ourselves. We contacted Maria's mom asking about the cost of the glasses. She explained that due to the strong prescription, even with inexpensive frames, the glasses would cost around $250. We knew that even by pooling our resources, we could not afford to buy the glasses. With disappointment, my coworker Karen continued to search for a way to get glasses for our little Peanut. Karen finally found the appropriate application for the Worcester Lions Club. After turning in the application, we all waited anxiously for some kind of response. Meanwhile, a gentleman called the Community Action office on the other side of town and asked if he and a few other people could come to our center and practice giving eye exams to children. He explained that the people he was bringing were all new members of the Lions Club and needed to learn how to give eye exams. One of our directors, unaware of our child's dilemma, gave permission for the Lions Club to give eye exams for our children. On December 14th, they came to Head Start. Karen went into another room with the Lions Club members and helped set up the equipment. After they had set up, she asked who she needed to beg to get glasses for a little girl. She explained the situation and the steps that had been taken thus far. After finishing the story, a woman stepped forward. She introduced herself as an eye doctor who was along to help them train the Lions Club members. She handed Karen a business card and told her to tell Maria's mom to stop by her office the next day. And they would get our little girl a pair of glasses. Karen called the mom into the school to meet the doctor and began filling out the form she would need for the next day. This past Monday, little Maria came into school with a huge smile on her face. Her mom couldn't wait to share the news that very soon Maria would be sporting a brand new pair of Hannah Montana glasses. My second 2009 blessing was how Jesus came to a 2-year-old Head Start toddler through some Hannah Montana glasses and Dr. Rebecca Laufenberg, submitted by Mease. The next story is submitted by Boney. This is a very simple story. but listen to the ending. It's entitled My Story of Blessing. Although it may not seem like much, I was able to get back in touch with an old friend. The other day I saw one of my friends, and he said that Jennifer, who I've known since 5th grade, has been asking about me because I haven't seen her since the last day of my sophomore year, about 6 months ago. So my friend gave me her number, and I called her. And it comes out that she's been trying to get back in touch with me. That's my story of blessing. Now, it may not seem like much, but I believe that friendship is so very important, especially if you have true friends that would do anything to brighten your day. Submitted by Danny Boney. Next, a story from Emily Shetler. Now, of course, this is a greatest hit that you've heard before, some of you that were here, but it still gives me goosebumps. And there's a surprise ending that we didn't hear before. A story from Emily Shetler. My softball team had just finished playing games all day in West Virginia, and we started our trip back to Kentucky pretty late at night. As we were leaving, I called my parents to let them know how the games went. I found out later that after we finished talking, they began praying about our trip home because they were uneasy about us driving such a long distance so late at night on curvy back roads in West Virginia and Kentucky. Our team took 3 vans on the trip, 2 for the players and 1 for our equipment. Myself and 1 other player decided to ride in the equipment van because there was more room to lay down and sleep. I had been sleeping in the middle row of seats for about an hour or so when I woke up, and I could not fall back asleep, even though I was so very tired. As I sat there, I began to feel very unsettled, like something bad was going to happen. I'm not a typical worrier, but for whatever reason, I couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't quite right. Now, take note. This is a beautiful thing. I began to pray for my team's safety and for our drivers as well. Soon after that, I tried to go to sleep again. Right after I laid down, I saw some flashing lights from behind us. And my first thought was that we were getting pulled over. When I sat up and looked behind us, I soon realized there were not any other vehicles in sight. All of a sudden, I realized the van was on fire. I informed the driver, who was already trying to pull off the road. We woke up the other player, and the 3 of us quickly left the van as we watched it burst into flames and later explode when the flames hit the gas tank. All of our equipment was destroyed, but everyone was safe. Well, not quite all of their equipment. As I think back on the experience, I am so thankful for the way God protected us. When I know how easily the story could have ended drastically and tragically different. Also, a side note to the story that I didn't learn until sometime this fall, one of the girls from my team, a few months later, happened to meet a fireman who was on the scene of the fire. He informed her that as they were going through what was left of the van, they came across 2 Bibles laying side by side, completely unburnt. The only things in the entire van that were still there. God is pretty awesome. Emily Shetler.